Hello everyone, my name is Novelin Pitunaung. I come from Sangihe ethnic, one of ethnic from North Sulawesi. In Sangihe, there are so many interesting culture. One of them is the traditional Tuludek ceremony. And in this video, I will explain for you about the traditional Tuludek ceremony. The traditional Tuludek ceremony is a sacred and religious ceremony inherited from the ancestor of the people of North Nusa or Sangihe, Talaut, and Sitaro. This traditional ceremony is held once a year, precisely at the end of the January on 31st. The Sangihe ethnic holds the traditional Tuludek ceremony because it can express gratitude. Tulude or menulude comes from the word suhude, which means reject. Tulude and menulude, which mean to detach or release. The purpose of tulude and menulude is to adore, praise Duata or Ruwata, it means God, give thanks from the protect of Genggona Langi, and begging to the protected in the next life of Genggona Langi. In the neighborhood when I live, the majority of people are Sangihe and Christians. Every year also celebrate the traditional Tuludek ceremony, which is held together in church. The traditional Tuludek ceremony begins with the fetch of the tamo cake at the tamo cake making house. Tamo cake pickers with the Gunda dancer and Tagonggong players bring the tamo cakes to the church by singing Sangihe folk song and dancing. After the tamo cake has been in the church, the worship step of celebrating Tuludek begins. After the worship is finished, the tamo cake is cut by the traditional leader. In the process of cutting tamo, the leader will change the cutting verse, which contains prayers for teaching the values of life that have been passed down from generation to generation in the traditional communities of North Nusa or Sangihe. And then, slowly the tamo cake is cut. After that, the tamo cake will distribute to everyone who attend the traditional Tuludek ceremony. The next agenda from traditional Tuludek ceremony is eating together. Because every family that comes, they bring food to eat together. The food below is also a typical meal from the Sangihe area. The traditional Tuludek ceremony also enlivened by the performance of the Gunda dance, Bambu Music Group, and Masamper Group. With the celebration of the traditional Tuludek ceremony, intends to preserve the culture of the Sangihe area and introduce to others how the family feeling of Sangihe is very close to one another. So that's about traditional Tuludek ceremony, and thank you for watching.
Hello, my name is Lin Lano. I come from Sitaro ethnic, one of ethnic from North Sulawesi. In Sitaro, there are many interesting culture. One of them is called Masamper. What is Masamper? In this video, I will explain what Masamper is. Masamper is a traditional art of the Northern Island community in Dutch, which means the islands more northern or popularly called North Nusa or Sangihe, Talaut, and Sitaro. Masamper is singing to each other. Masamper art is a singing art group that combines two main elements, namely vocal and gesture touches must be in rhythm, accompanied by dance move from the song bearer or penghaha. In the Masamper tradition, not just singing with members. The central part of the Masamper location is left empty, becoming a place for those who have a turn to lead the song. Basically, Masamper is a medium or expressing souls, expressing identity, and in particular having universal religious values, social interaction, history, love for the nation and motherland, education, and cultural identity. Okay, so that's about Masamper, one of the culture in Citarum. And thank you for watching.
Hello, my name is Dara Putri Supit. I come from the Minahasa ethnic. In Minahasa, there are many interesting cultures. One of them is called Mapalus. What is Mapalus? So in this video, I will explain what Mapalus is. Mapalus is a traditional system in the form of mutual cooperation with the procedure of cooperation in rotation by each member for mutual interest. Initially, Mapalus culture was present in community social activities. For example, in the tradition of harvesting, building construction, boat building, wedding parties, memorials of death, and so on. In carrying out this Mapalus activity is a spontaneous reaction from individuals and unconditionally. Mapalus replies will also come spontaneously if there are people who need help. For example, if someone will open land for agriculture would certainly require a large energy. Usually, a lot of people will help without having to be asked to directly involve themselves in the work process. But for now, people here generally help in the form of financing and cooking. People who get help will later reply with the same thing to those who help them. Mapalus is an interesting social activity to do. This activity shares awareness to work and togetherness. Mapalus has been a meaningful activity of helping each other since long ago. Okay, so that's about Mapalus, one of the culture that exists in Minahasa ethnic. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day.
Hello, my name is Sarah Mamuaya and I come from Tondano, which is located in Minahasa, Sulawesi Utara. So as we all know that Tondano is a village full of cultures, but in this video I will specifically talk about the culture of farming, which has been the main occupations of people in Tondano from generations to generations. And I will specifically talk about the coffee farming here. Koya, which is a village located in Tondano, Minahasa, has been planting seeds which they got from Tompaso in their fields. And when it's harvest time, they process it into Koya coffee. And since 2013, some Koya coffee farmers have been active in managing it. Ironically, time after time, the farmers did not benefit from the Koya coffee. Judging from the maintenance, it costs more money than gaining it. Other than that, they also lack buyers or consumers. One of the reasons is because lack of publication and advertising. Then the lack of profits obtained by the farmers resulted in the Koya farmers switching from producing Koya coffee to nutmeg, chinke, and coconut. Now, to lighten the burden of the Koya coffee farmers, a number of young people who are also coffee lovers were moved to discuss the future of Koya coffee, which is a local product of North Sulawesi. The discussion was held at Gafra Studio Tondano, hosted by Kawanua Creative, which involved the speakers, namely the Koya coffee farmers, Nika Makalu, Syarisal Arifin from Black Cup Coffee, and Brandon Gumansing from Aspecto Coffee. Anggraini Putri Bukasiang, one of the coffee enthusiasts who attended the discussion, said that the local Koya coffee needs to be developed and considered by both the community and the government.
This is important because it is the wealth of North Sulawesi. In accordance with the results of discussions about Koya coffee with farmers and other coffee makers who often visit the Koya plantations. The farmers said that the height of Koya coffee meets Arabica requirements and is good for direct consumption by the community. She added that there are several coffee shops in Minahasa and Manado that use Koya coffee as their ingredients. Koya coffee is known for its distinctive taste of lemonade and brown sugar by coffee lovers. In the future, hopefully, the North Sulawesi government will pay attention to the fate of Koya coffee farmers. The government is obliged to and develop local products of North Sulawesi which have our local characteristics, because this coffee has a good economic value if considered properly. So that's all I have to say about the coffee farming in Koya Tondano, and I hope it's beneficial for you if you want to learn more about the cultures of Tondano people, especially about farming.